light up your life. Now come and be the Baba. Come and see. Now come and be the COLEMENA. Quality, quality. Durable. Oh yeah. Now come and be the Baba.
Robert Kelly, popularly known as R. Kelly, has claimed a learning disability prevented him from reading court documents in his alleged criminal sexual abuse case. The Ignition hitmaker was served in a civil case in which Heather Williams alleges he sexually abused her when she was 16. Earlier this week, Heather won a default judgment against Kelly when he failed to appear for a hearing in court. His lawyers, Zaid Abdallah and Raid Shalabi, have claimed that Kelly had no idea what the 7 papers were about and therefore didn't take the appropriate steps to defend himself because of a learning disability that prevented him from being able to read. Music star Davido is going to make an appearance on Nick Cannon's hugely popular show, Wild 'N Out. Davido is billed to make a guest appearance on the 14th of May. The singer took to his Instagram page to share the good news with a caption, "Grew up watching the show, about to be a star in it." Congratulations to him, and that's it on entertainment. Sports is up next. Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas pipped teammate Lewis Hamilton to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It is the 4th time in as many races that Mercedes has secured a 1-2 finish. They are the first team ever in Formula One history to achieve 4 consecutive 1-2s at the start of a season. Sebastian Vettel finished in 3rd place for Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas returns to the lead of the championship, leading Hamilton by the point he gained for fastest lap in Australia, while Vettel is 35 points behind. Manchester City secured a 1-0 win at Burnley to move back to the summit of the Premier League standings, a point above Liverpool. Sergio Aguero's second-half goal, given by the goal line technology, was enough to secure all 3 points for the citizens. The win is City's 12th successive league win, and with 2 more wins, Manchester City will retain the Premier League title. And that's it in sports, and wrap things up at this hour. For more news updates, please follow us at Plus TV Africa on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is also at Plus TV Africa. We'll be back later with more stories making the headlines. Do please join us again. Thank you for watching.
Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of 101. My name is Elsie Godwin. Here with me is Dr. Nesochi Okeke Igbokwe, who is a New York City-based physician, health and wellness expert, media contributor, speaker, and blogger. During the course of this conversation, if time permits us, we hope to touch on all there is to depression and social media addiction. Thank you for joining us on 101.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you see everybody talking about depression right now, like it is a movement, right? What exactly is depression? I know it's a form of mental health, mental illness, but what exactly is depression?
Depression is a mental health disorder, and it's characterized by certain symptoms that one would have for a certain amount of time. So some of the symptoms that you look out for to diagnose a depressive state would be a low mood or low energy, all the time, having irritability most days than not, also just feeling sad and low all the time. Also, people who experience depression, they have issues with feeling guilt and feeling hopelessness and worthlessness. You might also see changes in their eating patterns. They may lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight. You may see also changes in their sleeping patterns as well. They may oversleep. But basically, they are in a low kind of energy state at most times. And usually, when it's diagnosed, people or the medical world thinks that it is due to somewhat of a chemical imbalance of sorts, and that's why it's treated with certain kind of antidepressant medication to help bring back the neurotransmitters that make you feel better and not so low.
Okay, these things you mentioned as the symptoms are things you could say someone not exactly suffering depression might have them once in a while, right?
Yeah.
So for how long should it occur, or how do I really know that this feeling has become depression and not just you feeling sad because you're broke or because you lost your job or because you're heartbroken? When do you understand that this is now full-blown depression?
So when things happen to people all the time, so you may have times when you feel a little low or a little sad, but this is a continuous pattern when you have a depressive disorder. It lasts for weeks when you're experiencing those symptoms that I described.
Okay. So for how long? 2 weeks, 1 week, a month?
It can be anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks continuously and just continues to progress. But one major sign I forgot to mention that would be telltale that you do have a serious depressive condition is that one might have suicidal ideation, meaning thoughts of self-harm, thoughts of wanting to basically end your own life. When you get to that stage, at any point, you know that there is a serious issue at hand.
What are the causes of depression?
So depression can occur for various reasons. Sometimes it can be secondary to the side effect of certain medications. Certain medications can give the onset of depression. But for the most part, when people do start feeling depressed, it is sometimes due to that chemical imbalance of the neurotransmitters. Other times, it can also have a genetic component as well. Sometimes if you do have family members, first-degree family members who experienced serious mental health disorders and experienced depression, sometimes it is genetic as well, and you can get depression as well.
So we hear people say depression